Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am so excited about tonight. I'm going to put in my earpiece, Eva, because I think I can hear my voice from your. Let's see if I can hear myself talk. A little bit, I can hear myself talk. Um, I don't know if you need to turn down your volume or maybe you need a chicka chinga thingy, make a jiggy. I don't know. If not, no worries. We're going to say hi to everybody first. So you got some time to look for them if you need to look for them. Um, so, hi, Lily. Hello, Michelle, my belle. Priscilla, Andrea, Michelle Buckley. Good to see you, my friend. Denise, hello. Laura, hello. Andrea, hello. Rhonda, Lily, and Kelly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Chris, good to see you. Condi, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I did get your email, so don't think I didn't get you. Um, and and I will send you an answer tomorrow. Annie, good to see you. Anne, good to see you. Joy to the world. Michelle, hello. Oh, good to see you. Jackie, thank you for being here. Joy, thank you for being here. Abby, thank you for being here. How does that sound, Eva? Are you good? I don't know. I think she's figuring it all out. I can hear you in a second. Let's try that now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can turn up your volume now because I don't hear myself.
Can you hear me good?
A little bit more, I think.
How's that?
It's okay. It's not the best. Okay, guys, can you hear her okay? Janelle, good to see you. Uh, does anybody have a squeaky? Does someone have a squeaky seat? You're cute, Andrea. You're cute. Better without. Priscilla says it's better without. Go ahead and take him out and see what happens. Yeah, it's kind of quiet. They're saying. Okay, try it now. Please hold caller. Lily says no. Connie said yes. It's low. Okay.
Still low?
Oh, it's better. And I don't
Okay.
hear myself. So that's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, excellent.
Bringing in the big gun.
The big gun. So if you bring in the big gun, does that mean that I can do this? Let's see.
I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me well? I can't hear you at all right now.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Right. Look at this high-tech stuff. Whoop, whoop. High-tech. Okay. All right. So guys, welcome everybody. I'm so excited. It's been a while. I don't know why it's been so long. I think because you're busy, I'm busy, and we get going. I met Eva, everybody. I had the pleasure of meeting Eva when I first moved here. And that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, 2 years. 2 years ago in October, we did the Body, Mind, Spirit Expo right in the midst of COVID. And she came all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast to do this Body, Mind, Spirit thing. She was the booth behind us, and we just were very kind to one another. And she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. I go, we can watch your booth. Don't worry about it. Go ahead. And I'm like, do you need anything to eat? You know how I am, everybody. So we just, I was so thrilled to find out what you did and the amazing work that you do. And I want you to tell everybody what you do. So I'm going to leave it up to you. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I just absolutely love being on this program. I adore you. And I am so happy fate stepped in and made us partners or neighbors in that event 2 years ago. I am the founder of Dancing Jaguar Spirit Camp, which is the first metaphysical summer camp for children that is available as a mass market product that people can learn and get certified in teaching so they can bring Spirit Camp to their community to support children in a brand new way. And over the course of the past few years, Spirit Camp has really taken off. and I am teaching Spirit Camp teacher training programs online and certifying people. And now there are Spirit Camp teachers in 12 states around the US and in Mexico and Canada. So I'm really excited about that. And we are just launching for the first time Spirit Camp for Adults and a Spirit Camp for Adults teacher training program that starts on March 25th. So there have been so many adults who have said, I needed this when I was a child and I didn't have it. I'm so grateful that kids have this opportunity now, but I still need it as an adult. I didn't learn these things. So can you make a Spirit Camp for Adults? So we've listened, we've created it, and it's a full body of work that adults are calling a metaphysical smorgasbord for adults that get to taste test all kinds of different things to really feel what calls to them as they're exploring what they're going to be drawn towards on their spiritual path.
Now, would you say that because kids are so open that it's easy, this stuff is easy for them when they are younger? Would you feel that?
Yes, absolutely. Because in my experience, I found that children, by the time they're around 8, are starting to really kind of push down their gifts and their sensitivities because they want to be normal. And if their other friends aren't experiencing those things, those sensitivities and gifts, they feel like there's something wrong with them. So they really push them down and try to conform to what we consider normal. And what I am seeing is on the flip side of that, adults in their midlife coming to me and saying, I feel like I have to peel off all of these layers to get back to what I knew as a child. How do I do that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of see it on both ends of the spectrum.
Now, Andrea says, she mentioned Canada. We are on the map. You have my attention. So, that's awesome. It is awesome. And I just think that programs like you are doing are so important. I've always wanted to do a retreat for teenagers. I thought it would be so great to do a retreat. And that's down the line somewhere. But I think, coming into this new age that we're stepping into, I think there are so many children that are aware, and adults are, I don't know what to do with my child. I don't know how to support them. I don't know about this. Andrea says that's about the age my son was when he stopped. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Mandy says it was about around 7. Exactly. Danielle said, I wish there were things like this for me as a kid. Yeah.
Yep.
So what are you finding with kids nowadays? Like everyone's like, oh, it's a rainbow child, or it's a star seed, or it's or whatever that is. And
Yeah.
don't put a label on it, right?
So I don't put labels on them. I just feel like every single child has gifts and abilities, and it's up to us as adults to teach them how to embrace those gifts and how to feel empowered by them instead of feeling like there's something wrong with them. So one of my missions at Spirit Camp is to really help the child understand those gifts and sensitivities in such a way that they become confident in who they are, showing up in the world, embracing those gifts, and just feeling empowered by them.
Right. And I think your program does such a special, it supports their journey and allows them to be free. And there's there's no judgment. There's no, and there are supportive, adults, because you have somebody that's teaching 5 spirit camps, right?
In the Pacific Northwest, yes.
Yeah. Okay. And that's happening. And she took your teacher training.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what teacher training is.
Okay, it's a 6-day program, and we follow along with what Spirit Camp curriculum is. Spirit Camp on day one, the children, we're building community on day one, and we're really trying to build trust and get people to really feel safe in the space and with each other. And we create all of the sacred tools that the children are going to need throughout the week. They make a spirit toolbox. They make a set of rattles, talking stick, a sacred pouch. There's all kinds of tools that they're making and creating. And while we're making the crafts, the kids are all talking with one another. And we're talking about some of the tools and the rituals and the ceremony that we do each day. So it's time for the rest of the week. And then on Tuesday, it's all about energy. The kids learn about being made up of energy, as is everything around us. And we spend a day talking about chakras and auras. And the kids learn how to use pendulums to check their chakras to see if they're open or blocked. Excuse me. They learn how to use chakra stones, gemstones, to open any blocked chakras. They work with partners in the group. They're building friendships in the camp. I'll show you a really fun thing. This chakra shenanigans here is our game. It's Pin the Tail on the Donkey, but the kids,
I love that.
They sing a song. 7 chakras, wheels of light, wheels of life, spiraling and turning, spinning and whirling inside me, inside me. And then there's a verse for every single chakra. So the whole camp is set up so that it's fun and playful and interactive. The kids don't know they're learning life tools. They're just having a blast. So we play chakra shenanigans with them. And then in the afternoon, we switch it over to auras. And the kids actually use dowsing rods to see how big the aura of their partner is. And that just opens up a whole conversation about personal space. How big is our personal space? And what happens when you feel somebody come into your personal space that you're not comfortable having there? And what can you do? And how can you protect yourself energetically? So there's big conversations that come with the topic of auras in the afternoon. And then on Wednesday, we teach children how to do shamanic journeying, and we teach them how to work with their power animal, which is a huge deal for kids. I would say 96% of children say that's their favorite part of spirit camp. Excuse me. So they do all shamanic stuff on Wednesday. And then Thursday is the day that I say teachers could take that curriculum and go straight into a public school with it, because we've taken some of the woo-woo out. But the kids are learning really important tools again. They're learning how to pay attention to their inner self-talk, and they meet their inner critic and their inner champion in guided meditations, and they learn how to start managing that inner talk that we all listen to. So we're bringing in affirmations and self-compassion and tools for them to start understanding that they don't have to, that first of all, they're not who their thoughts are. They're separate, because most kids at the age we have them haven't discovered that yet. They discover that for the first time in spirit camp. And then we teach them how to turn down the volume of their inner critic while they're turning up the volume of their inner champion. And then we do lessons on personal power and protection, and we do breathing exercises, mindfulness. There's a ton of work that's like totally droppable right into public school curriculum. And then on Friday, we're finishing up with a few more shamanic exercises before we go into our closing ceremony. And we also take the kids out into nature. I mean, we're in nature every day, but on this particular day, I feel like it's the icing on the cake for spirit camp, because children have done all this work with energy, but then we take them outside and we have them feel the energy of the trees in the property. And then we have them connect to the energy of the tree, asking the tree for permission to come into its space. And then we ask them to connect their third eye to the trunk of the tree and ask the tree for a message. some of the messages these children come back with from the tree, like at 5 years old, they're saying some of the most profound things. And you just look at them and you're like, where did that certainly didn't come from the 5-year-old's brain, you know? Right. They're getting really profound information that they share with us. So, and then we have a closing ceremony where family and friends are invited to come. And it's a beautiful ceremony, and parents cry when they see the depth of the work their children have experienced throughout the course of the week. And one mother even said that she felt like her child experienced a personal evolution in 5 days. She came in not knowing anything on Monday and was leaving connected to herself, understanding how to connect to her community, how to connect to the world around her, and that she was never alone because she had spirit helpers surrounding her the entire time that she is walking on this planet. So pretty cool stuff.
I love that because, you know, we have adults that are coming to the retreats that I do. It's like, here's what, you know, wow, what would it have been like at that age to do all this work and then grow into this? Would have been fascinating. We already have a couple questions here. Okay. Andrea says, any kids camps on the East Coast?
Oh, there's more on the East Coast because that's where I live. I'm in Maine. There are, I think, 5 in Maine this summer, and there are 2 in Raleigh, North Carolina. I think that might be it for East Coast. I think there are going to be more in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New Hampshire. I just haven't had the teachers sending me in their dates yet.
Okay. So what you're doing and what everybody should know is what Eva is doing on many things. Yes, it is kids going to camp, but yes, it's also a teacher training. This would be amazing. And I'm just going to call out our moderator, Priscilla. This would be amazing for you to be like a camp teacher for kids for the woo-woo.
Yeah, that's cool. And so let me just say while we're talking about this, I have my flagship school, I call it, or spirit camp in North Yarmouth, Maine, August 7th through 11th. And the week before that, I always do an in-person teacher training program so that the people who go through the 6-day training with me in person can stay over and do an internship with me and actually participate in helping me teach a spirit camp to children. So when they go back to their community, they've had this immersion experience where they've not only learned how to teach it to kids, they've actually either watched me or participated with me in executing the whole thing for a week at an actual summer camp.
I love that. And as Priscilla said, noted, this is the link for the free webinar on March 8th to launch the latest teacher training program. I'm so excited for this. So excited. Holly says, Maine in the house.
Yay!
I want to be a woo-woo camp teacher. Andrea says, in upstate New York, so Mainer, I mean, it would be perfect, my granddaughter. See? Look at this.
Great, Andrea. I'm doing one in Fairfield, Maine in June, and then in North Yarmouth, Maine in August.
Right. Yep. And Ashley says, I feel like adults could benefit from this when they are first learning about the stuff. So true. So true. Why do you think we do the work that we do, everyone? Because it's so much fun. It really is fun. Anne says, brilliant formatting for teaching. Yes, it is. And Anne is in the school system. So I think that's awesome.
And I just want to show you guys like how big this manual is. Let me see. This is a huge body of work that people get when they come to the teacher training program. It's a ton of information. And it includes a business in a box. It helps you get set up for doing your own program. So like it's a huge body of work. And the fact that this is available now kind of mass market to teach kids all over the world. That was the vision I received, is that I needed to spread this so that children around the world would be supported. And in 20 years, we would change the consciousness of our planet.
I love that.
Teacher training in Canada. Yeah, well, I do them in Zoom, Andrea. And there are teachers that are in Ottawa and numerous places in British Columbia, like around the Vancouver area, there are a number of teachers who are already certified.
And Pamela says, you are changing lives. I love this. Is the teacher training online too?
Yes.
And because she would love to take it to Ireland.
Oh my gosh, Pamela, you and I should talk because I would love to take this to Ireland. It was actually on my Spirit Camp flyer the summer of 2020 that I was going to take this to Galway, Ireland, and the world shut down and I didn't even finish planning it. But I had been trying to take the teacher training program and a Spirit Camp to Galway.
I love it. Rhonda says, this is so neat. I'd love my granddaughter to be able to go. See, guys?
Oh. Can I share a really fun story to show you guys like how kids really, really take this in and they thrive when they're learning this? Age limits. Okay. So 5-year-olds are the youngest that I take in Spirit Camp. I have taken some 4-year-olds before, but they were too young. So now I know I don't make any exceptions for 4-year-olds anymore. But I'll tell you a couple of fun stories that are involving 5-year-olds. There was a 5-year-old child who came to Spirit Camp before she even started kindergarten. And when she started school, she was going all day on the bus and she was struggling. So one day at lunch, she cried because she missed her mom. And some of the kids around her poked fun of her. So when she got home and was relaying that story to her mom said, well, how did you handle that? She said, Mom, I know how to shield myself. I was fine. I zipped up my chakras. So at 5 years old, this little girl had a tool in her spirit toolbox that she just whipped it out. She just saw herself shielding herself, zipping up her chakras to protect herself from the negativity that was going on around her. And it didn't faze her in the least. So she didn't go home and cry about it. She went home like empowered and telling her mom how she handled it. And then it's really sweet. There's another 5-year-old story I'd like to tell about a child who still hadn't started school yet when she went to camp. And she's local. I know her mom. So her mom contacted me a few months after her daughter went to Spirit Camp and said that she had come home from work that day exhausted. And her 5-year-old daughter went up to her and said, Mom, why don't you let me align your chakras for you before dinner? I think you'll feel better. So at that moment, my friend said she realized that not only was she impressed that her daughter remembered these tools and was willing to share them with her mom, but she said that she realized in that moment that what this camp is doing is kind of leveling the playing field in the dynamics in families, because her child at 5 years old was becoming an active participant in the holistic well-being of the entire family. It wasn't just her and her husband down taking care of the kids. The child had knowledge, wisdom, and tools to be able to support her mom when her mom needed help.
And I find that fascinating because when you think about the indigenous people of old, you have the medicine men that are teaching their apprentices and their children in little ways of learning about this stuff. And that's part of how we're doing it. I mean, I find this just, first of all, kudos to you. Second of all, amazing, and how wonderful the universe gave you this gift to have this vision for this. I think it's wonderful. You know what I want to do, because people are just like typing away. Do you guys have questions for Eva? Mandy says, I am in serious awe. This is such a powerful thing. You're seriously impacting this world for good. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Mandy.
Merry Mystic Spirit Camps.
Merry Mystics is the lady who, Lisa is the one who runs Merry Mystic Spirit Camps. She's the one that lives in Milwaukee, Oregon. She's doing the 5 camps in your part of the world, everybody. Make sure you take note of Merry Mystics.
And Merry Mystics, I am in Camas. So I'm going to be doing a retreat in Oregon calling Aspects of Love, and that's in June. So we should talk sometime, Merry Mystics. You can come on too, and we can chit chat. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks so much. So let's see. Joy, Lynn, and I would love to go back in time and learn these tools, right, Joy? Yes, exactly. Andrea says, love that we can have a whole army of spiritual aware people coming into this world.
Yes.
Totally. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, wait, I'm missing some. Hang on. Ronnie says 5-year-olds are the best. I've always enjoyed that age because reasoning is at its peak at that age. You have a lovely program. She totally does.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Jackie says, I have a team that I think would benefit from Spirit Camp. This is great. Yes, Lisa, let's copy my info and let's chat. Okay. Elias@eliaspatras.com. This is amazing. I want to take another teacher training. I want to take the tools I'm teaching my students to the next level. I love that, Amy. I love that. How can we join a class?
Okay, so the teacher training program that's coming up next, let me just explain how I run the company so that everybody can get a feel for the rhythm. The first and third quarter of the years, I do Spirit Camp for Kids teacher training programs. And then the second and the fourth quarters of the year, I do Spirit Camp for Adults teacher training programs. So we're going into second quarter. I'm doing a Spirit Camp for Adults teacher training program that starts March 25th. There's a free webinar for that on March 8th. And I think you guys have already posted the link to that. So you can come in, it's free. Yes. And you can just go ahead and listen to all of the information about that program. And then the summertime program that I do for Spirit Camp for Kids teacher training is the in-person one that I do outside of North Yarmouth Academy or North Yarmouth, Maine. And that is where I have the opportunity for people to stay a second week and actually go through a Spirit Camp with me. It's not required, but it's the only 2-week period of the entire calendar year where you can come and do an immersion program with me, learn it for a week, and then experience it for a week.
I think that's awesome. That is just awesome, awesome, awesome. Anne says, does your program use junior counselor teens?
Yes, it does. And I'm always looking for teens who would like to come and support me in the 2 camps that I'm running this summer in Fairfield, Maine and in North Yarmouth, Maine.
I think that's great. Please put the link in your YouTube chat as well. Okay, don't know how to do that, but we'll try. Is this the link that she's speaking of?
Are you asking me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I'm assuming yes.
So I will do my darnest. I don't think I can do it, but I will do my darnest to see what I can do about it. But I'm going to leave this up here so you can see it. Ron, 13 by Ron, because that is Ron. Is this you from Israel? I think so. So because we also, I mean, I have everybody on here. I have people from all over the world. So Joyce says, Andrea Booksmiller, we could even go with the kids, a bunch of 5-year-olds. No, that would sound so much fun.
You know what, Joylyn, I want to tell you that I ask the children whose parents are let me backtrack here. Spirit Camp, because it is such a unique camp, people actually travel from different parts of the country to come to my Spirit Camps. I was on the phone with a woman from Wisconsin today. She is taking her vacation the week of the North Yarmouth, Maine Spirit Camp so that her granddaughter can come with her to go to Spirit Camp. So it really is becoming a destination camp that people will travel to in the summer. So Joylyn, I just wanted to say that when parents come from far away with their children, and it's okay with the children, I invite the parents to stay and experience Spirit Camp with their child if they would like to. It just so happens that the mom in Wisconsin, or the grandmother from Wisconsin, wants to go off and do her own thing while her granddaughter is in Spirit Camp. But I just want to let you know that the option is there for adults to participate in the camp with their child as long as the child is okay with it.
I love that. Lisa says, for more info on in-person kids spiritual workshops in Portland, Seattle, check out Mary Mystic's Love. Thank you, Lisa. And that's the thing, Lisa. I've gone and done 2 workshops at Renaissance Bookstore in Oregon, and it was online. So I am still looking. I'm from Chicago. Everybody knows that, but moved here about 2 years ago. So we need to chat because I need I need the connections up here. Everybody I know is everywhere else, but it's good. And shalom, Ron. Thank you. Shalom. Hey,
So,
yes.
Elias, can I ask you? Ron is from Israel because I have just connected with a shamanic practitioner from Israel, and Efrat Shokef, and we are trying to find ways to bring each other's work to each other's countries. So one day, Ron, I may end up coming to Israel and doing a teacher training program there.
I love that. And do you know, Eva, we're going to Greece in 2024.
Are you really?
We're doing Empowering Your Inner God and Goddess. So
Wow.
if you're available, we'll talk.
Let's talk about that, because part of the vision that Spirit gave me is that because Spirit Camp can be taught as a family program, I was told that once I start bringing it to international retreat destinations, the whole world will be our playground as Spirit Camp teachers, because family programming is so hard to find for some of these international resorts. So for those people who get trained as or certified as Spirit Camp teachers, like, there is a whole world of opportunity for people who like to travel because they're waiting for family programs to come available.
I love that. I love that. Joy says, this is amazing. You don't. Oh, you're funny, Joy.
That's funny.
You are funny. You are funny because I know the backstory on that. You are funny. Abby says, thank you for clarifying. I was wondering if I would be able to attend with my daughter because she has special needs.
Yes, you would be able to, Abby Han.
Yes.
And I want to clarify that is my policy in the camps that I am actually teaching. I don't want to speak for other Spirit Camp teachers. They may have their own policies. Like, I know Lisa's watching this call right now. I don't know what her policy is. But so I just wanted to clarify that. My policy is parents are welcome to come with their child if they would like to.
Yep. Good point. Ron said he would love to take part of it in Israel. Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what's coming up for you? You have this piece here that on March 8th.
Yes.
And then March 25th. March 8th is the freebie seminar. And then March 25th is the actual
start date. We meet one weekend a month on Saturday and Sunday. So we meet from what time is it? Well, it's 11 to 4 Eastern time. I can't do the math that quick. One weekend a month in March, April, and May. And then people do a practicum. They have to do a video of them teaching one of the modules, and then send it to me. There's a final exam that they have to take. And then once I have that and I have approved all of that information, they are certified and they get to use the Dancing Jaguar Spirit Camp logo, whether it's the adult camp or the children's camp. That is released to them to be able to use in their promotional and marketing materials. So in 90 days, they are completely certified to be able to start running this as a program. And so let's talk about the other side of that just for a minute, because I know not all of us are in this for the money. We're in this because we're spirit driven and heart opened people who just want to bring this to the world. But there's that financial piece. So for the Spirit Camp for adults, what I find is that people are typically paying on the East Coast. I don't know your market as well, but they pay $500 to go to Spirit Camp for adults. The program is $2,000, but all you need is 4 students. You've paid for your program, so the return on investment is really fast. And then forever, any students that's paying you tuition to take Spirit Camp for adults is all just pure profit for you.
Done and done.
Yeah. And then for the kids program, it's a little different because the kids program here anyway, summer camps are like average around $250 a week for a child. So it's a little bit different, lower on the financial end of the return. However, with this camp that I do in North Yarmouth Academy, I limit the camp to 20 children. That camp is $300 per child. That's a $6,000 week. So Yeah, and I have to pay 30% to the facility, but I don't do any marketing, promoting. I don't do any registration. I just give them the dates that I'm going to be there. I show up with my materials Monday morning of the camp. I leave at the end of the week and I have a check for thousands of dollars. So both of them are the $2,000 investment, but the return is immediately if you're ready to hit the ground running and start getting your stuff out there.
I think that's great. We got a couple more questions. Hang on. Andrea says, are there prerequisites to being a teacher?
Well, we go through a little bit of an interview process. So I have a Zoom meeting with everybody who's interested in joining the program. There's a questionnaire. So I get to learn a little bit about each of the people who are coming into the program. So when the program starts on March 25th, I'm confident with the people who are there. And that's kind of a roundabout answer to answering the question. But so much of this work is all about, does this feel right? Intuitively, is this a good match? Which is why I have the questionnaire and a Zoom meeting with everybody prior to going into the first class.
That's great. What about the teen camp? Would the parent be able to attend also?
Well, it's very interesting you asked that question because the certification program for the teen camp hasn't been released yet. I am just releasing the adult camp right now. First quarter is when I taught the first adult camp, and now I'm doing the first teacher training program for the adult camp. The Spirit Camp for Teens program and the certification program for that is going to be later this year.
Awesome. This would be amazing for you, a teacher teaching spiritual stuff too. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me, Andrea? You're cute. We'll just add that to the huge plate that we've got going on. Trust me, I have to tell you, there was I sat with this and I'm like, I really no, okay, that would be another thing. And I know me, I would just dive right into it. But this is definitely, it's on my radar. So,
beautiful.
I love the idea. I think it's fascinating and amazing. I really, truly do. Okay, let's see. Other questions, guys. Oh, here we go. Lisa says, Portland and Seattle, Facebook, Mary Mystic Spirit Camps, and Instagram. Yep, thank you very much. We have Chakra Shenanigan workshops every month. Yay. And of course, the Dancing Jaguar Spirit Camp in the summer. Blessings to you as well, Lisa. Thank you so much. No, but I know you want to learn the song.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Sing along.
You should see some of my TikToks with the sing along. Says, no, but this is something to seriously think about in the future. She meant for Mandy. Yes, I get it. But let me ask you, do you have anybody teaching in Chicago?
No. Nope. Not at all.
What about Tennessee?
No.
Fascinating.
Nope. We've got New England pretty well locked up. There are 70 certified Spirit Camp teachers. Okay, so let me go back to the first part. We've got all of New England covered. So Maine, Massachusetts, New York, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island. There's something in there I'm missing. And then we have Virginia, a number of teachers in Virginia, North Carolina, Florida. So the East Coast, we're doing pretty well covering. It's the middle of the country where we've got huge, big holes there. I've got a teacher in Minneapolis, and one in Ohio. And I think that's it for the middle of the country. And then up and down the West Coast.
Love it.
I was going to say one more thing. There are 70 Spirit Camp teachers, but many of them have full-time jobs, and they wanted to take this program so that they could bring the teachings into the work they already do with kids. Some are private school teachers. Some are educators in public schools. Some are therapists. There's a therapist who's been certified in both Spirit Camp for adults and kids because she uses the material with all of her clients, no matter their age. So, yeah, that's why there aren't as many spirit camps popping up as there are teachers, because some people don't want to do the full camps.
I get it. I think it's awesome though. I really do. Let's see. OS, we need a chakra shenanigans workshop. You're funny. You're funny. Tina says, I'm a teacher. Can you work at the camp first before you start your own?
Well, that camp that I do in August is open to any certified spirit camp teacher who wants to come and be at my camp, so they can actually see me going through the process of teaching children. And then it helps build confidence for all of the teachers who have done that week with me. They feel so much more confident being able to go back to their own community and start working with the children there.
I think it's great. Priscilla's like, oh, yes, I know, Priscilla. Talk to your mother. Michelle says, Tennessee, what? Yep. Bobby says, a friend of mine is opening up a retreat center in Ohio. I'd love to bring this here.
Well, Abby, I still have a couple of weeks open this summer. If that's something that your friend is like, if she's going to have the retreat center up and running this summer, put us in contact with each other via email. I'd love to connect about that.
I totally think so. Jewel Bear, Utah.
Ooh, no teachers in Utah.
Mm.
Oh, there are a few in Colorado Springs and Denver. But again, those teachers have full-time jobs and they want to just integrate the material that they've learned in with their full-time jobs with kids.
Right. Yep. Good questions, everybody. Really good questions. I hope I'm going to scroll back just to make sure I'm not missing anything, because sometimes StreamYard just, just to see like I missed this. I'd love to, Joylyn. Yeah. See. Okay, let me go back. Let your fingers do the scroll. Okay, Abby says, okay, I will connect. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Abby Ann. Did you just read a funny message?
Joy just said, I think oh, that's so funny.
That is funny.
Sam Johnson says, what are all you teaching children? Are these children that are psychic?
Some of them are. We do what I call the invocation in the morning, where we call in the spirits of the directions: north, south, east, west, above, below, and within. And when the very first spirit camp I ever taught, there was a 5-year-old at it. And I said, well, let's sit down and talk about what we just did. And she raised her hand and she said, Eva, when you were calling in the spirits, well, my brother died when he was little and he came. He's just right there. Can he stay and play with me today?
So cute.
Very first spirit camp, I was like, wow, this is really loaded. So I asked her if she wanted to have her brother stay and play with her. And she said, yes, I'm very excited. So every day that child's little brother came and joined her. She never talked about him after the opening ceremony, but the parents said that was such an incredibly healing week for everybody in their family, because they realized that her brother was still very much with her, which meant he was with everybody in the family. And it was really healing for everyone.
I love that. And that's what you're doing. I mean, I know you realize this, but you are helping to heal people and helping people to grow and giving possibilities to the next generation.
Yes. And this story is another one that really validates that. This 8-year-old child, when I was talking about auras, he was getting really frustrated. And finally, I just asked him what was the matter. And he said, why hasn't anyone ever told me there's a word for those colors? Why aren't we talking about this? So he had been seeing auras his entire life and his parents didn't know. So we had a fascinating conversation with his mom when she picked him up later that day. And what she realized is what Spirit Camp was doing for him. It was giving him a vocabulary to be able to talk about things he had been experiencing since he was born that he didn't have the words to communicate about. So it's really important work for these kids who are seeing and sensing and hearing, and they don't know what to do with it.
Fascinating, just fascinating. And I love this. Andrea says, I look forward to this future of people remembering that it's all about love. Yes. Joy
Yes.
says, I feel like I've healed in this hour. I love that.
Oh, Joylyn. And has your swearing decreased too?
She said, duct tape could be our friend. And then Pamela says, just come to Ireland and teach with me. Swearing is the norm.
That's funny.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, most of the people that are on here tonight are part of my 6-week course, Empowering You for 2023. So it's nice to see them on here and having this this connection. So
It's a wonderful report. It feels great being in this space with everybody. Are the public schools open to this spiritual teaching? No, that's why I say like some of the non-woo-woo material is the material that we're using in public schools right now. But I have to say that Montessori schools and Waldorf schools are very open to this. I teach my spirit camp in June is at a Montessori school. I'm a substitute teacher at the school, and every single teacher in their classroom has the spirit camp toolbox in their closet, and with mindfulness tools, breathing books, meditations, craft projects they can do with kids that will help kids kind of tap into their essence and their inner world and help bring peace and calm inside the classroom. So I'm so proud of Montessori and Waldorf and nature schools for being so open to embracing this. And, we're getting there with public schools. Many public school teachers use some of the work from Spirit Camp in their classrooms, even though we can't officially go into the classrooms.
Right. I think it's going to be a shift, everyone. I think, Eva, the work that you're doing is amazing. Can you tell, and I know you wrote a book. Can you tell people about your book?
Well, I am part of a book that's called Soul Mission: Leaders Ushering in the New Earth. I wrote a chapter in it about the work that I do with children because I feel like it's the children who are ushering in the new earth. And I am just giving them the tools to be able to do it through the work that I do. So, it's Soul Mission: Leaders Ushering in the New Earth. And there was something I was just going to say a second ago. What were we doing right before you asked me about the book? I can't remember. It'll come back.
I know. Yeah. Welcome to our age, everybody.
Yes.
Head Start programs in Illinois use some very similar stuff. Oh,
that's great.
That's good to know, Amy. I didn't know that. As you know, I'm a former Chicagoan. Learn how to access your inner wisdom PDF.
Yes, that is a free gift that I think I've included for you guys today. It's a downloadable PDF that tells you how to use a pendulum. I use a pendulum running my business. It really helps me connect to my inner wisdom. And that is that place of all knowing inside me that wants what is best for me, that will never steer me wrong. So when I'm really stuck and I need to, instead of making my list of pros and cons and being all up here in my head about decision making, I just ground myself and I tap into my inner wisdom and my intuition. And I consult with my pendulum. I do muscle testing, and my decision-making process is very big, very different than somebody who's probably in big tech, but it works for me.
Well, I think, psychic medium Lee Walczak would be an amazing spiritual camp leader. I think, Lee, this is right up your alley. I could just see you with the kids and going, I am sensing this. I think it's awesome. I think so you're gonna have to check it out, Lee. I think super, super cool. Joy says, I'll pack soon as the live is over. She is super cute. DT, let's make sure. Pamela said, I used to work in preschools and integrated these tools where appropriate.
Oh, beautiful, Pamela.
Yeah, yep. I think it's good. She's speaking my language. I know. I'm telling you, Lee. And she's on the East Coast.
I am in Maine.
Yes.
Hey, you want to hear a fun story about a child who really learned how to embrace her power animal for support?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So this child was 6 or 7. And months after Spirit Camp ended, her mom reached out to me and said, my child is traumatized. Somebody in our family passed away in their sleep, and now she's afraid to go to sleep. She's afraid she's not going to wake up in the morning. What can we do? So I suggested that she use her rattles from Spirit Camp and using the rattles, call in the essence of her power animal before she goes to sleep at night, ask it to stay at the foot of her bed, and ask it to wake her up in the morning. And the mom said that the very first night they did this, everything changed. The child's power animal was an owl, which is perfect. It was nocturnal. So the child used her rattles, had her power animal come in, sit on the foot of her bed. And her mom said it was like all of the anxiety that was being held in her body, she just took it out and handed it to her power animal, which she loved and trusted. And she just asked her power animal to wake her up in the morning. She turned over and she went to sleep. She didn't have to worry about it anymore. Like literally, she just handed it to her power animal at 7, however old she was. She was little. And it changed everything about the nighttime dynamics that was a nightmare for the parents for 2 weeks after that person died. So there is so many tools that I share with parents to be able to support their child. A mom called me today and said, my child's waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. every single night. What can we do? So I jumped on a Zoom call with the child and we did a journey to her power animal. And so she could consult her power animal about what she can do between 3 and 5 a.m. when she's waking up everybody else in the house. So it's just really cool that there are tools that parents can use that are outside the mainstream tools that you would think of, right, that are really helping with children and families getting through some rough spots.
I love it. I love it. Do you see where Maine? Oh, do you see where Maine is? Do you see where Lee lives?
Oh, Massachusetts. We're not very far apart at all. I'm kind of about 2.5 hours from the border of Massachusetts. I'm up above Augusta, just north of Augusta.
And Andrew says, my niece at 5 years old pointed at a library in Toronto and told us of a previous life and going there with her brother. I love these stories.
That's fabulous. Yeah, many children who remember past lives have come to Spirit Camp as well.
And Lee, you should have Eva come on your live. And that would, because yes,
that would
because
be so much fun.
I'm telling you, Lee, because you got a lot of people up your way. So this would be really good. That would be very fun, Lee. Let's see. Maine is beautiful. I've gone to Deer Isle for years.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah.
Awesome. How do you find out what your power animal is and your child's?
Well, we do that actually at Spirit Camp. You'll learn how to do that. And, if anybody wanted to do a private session to learn how to do that, I could do that as well. But it's a process. It takes a while. There's a whole teaching behind the technique of doing it.
Right. And it's not up yet, guys, but we are going to do a animal spirit guide workshop in April, just so y'all know.
Yay! That's fun.
So here's the free webinar on March 8th. And Lee said, I'd love to have her on. Okay, so
yay! Thanks, Lee.
Please connect with Eva afterwards and see. My sister lived in Caribou.
Oh, beautiful. A little colder than even where I am.
Really?
Yep, a little further north.
Joy says, I've been looking for you for years.
Oh, I don't know if she meant me. Do you think she meant me or you?
She's known me already, so it's you. It's you.
Thank you, Joy Lynn. I love this community. My God, these guys are so much fun to hang out with. Yeah.
Nobody dares go across the street or in front of the house. God forbid. Hi, Hillary. Where can I find the PDF? I would love that.
That's my Facebook group. Didn't I send you guys a PDF link or no?
She'll put it on there. Hang on.
Okay. All right. It's coming, Gina. It's coming.
I had a student from the time she was 18 months until she left for kindergarten call me daddy. She said I was her dad in another life.
Mm.
That.
Yep.
Is an animal spirit guide different than a power animal?
No, they're just called different things. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Gina, here's a link. Thank you. Yes. Abby says, hi, Willow. I know she's quite loud tonight. So is Harry. I commented on the link and can tag you. Awesome. Danielle says, we love you too. Here's the link. Thank you very much. We laugh together, cry together, do it all. Yes, exactly.
Oh,
Thank you. And my dog's on the sidewalk. Yeah. And I can't believe this whole hour just like that.
I can't believe it either.
Every time so please come back sooner than later.
I know it feels like it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. I love your community. I love the energy in your group. I adore you. And, I can't wait to come to Portland to be able to see you again.
Please do.
Yes.
And I would love to, let's seriously think about down the road, maybe sometime next year, to think about collaborating on something.
Okay. Beautiful. I love that. That would be fabulous.
That'd be great. And Lee, contact Eva. I always have to go the opposite because this is really my right hand, but it's flip-flop. So contact Eva. It's right there. Contact Eva. And Kathleen, you could just watch the replay. What else do I want to tell you? Guys, next Saturday, we have Moira Scullion on. Moira is going to talk about the gut, the seat of our emotions, awareness of what's happening in the stomach, what's happening there, and how we can move through the awareness of how it affects body, mind, and spirit. And she and I taught together at the Chicago School of Massage. I used to rent space from her back in the day in Chicago, and we facilitate our 1-year apprenticeship program together. So please come join us. This is her second time on. She's amazing. She owns Shungo Healing, SHUNGO healing.com. She does sessions through Zoom, and she'll be on tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. TikTok, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is 10:30 your time, Eva, Eastern time, and we'll be on for guided meditation and chat. And anything else I'm missing? Oh, I'm going to be on Laura Bryant's live on, I'm looking at my calendar, on March the 23rd. We have one spot left, everybody. One spot left for Finding Your Balance retreat in Madison, Virginia. That's a really cool
place.
At
Seven Oaks?
At Seven Oaks.
You know what? I haven't taught there before, but I'd love to have you tell me about your experience. When we get off the call, shoot me a little email and tell me what it's like for you.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Andrea says, please sing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. To Eva.
Yes.
Don't cry for me, Eva. You were supposed to teach the spirit man. You know you can. You know you've got to. We'll find the people. Just bring it on the program. There, how's that?
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Awesome. What else we got going on? Let me think. Yeah, we got one spot left for the retreat. There's 2 spots left. You want to come to Ecuador?
Wow.
Are you doing anything at the end of March? Come to Ecuador. 7 days. We're going to do a sweat lodge. We're going to do some work with the volcano. You know that my background is 2-year Peruvian-based shamanism. So that would be fun, Eva.
That would be really fun. Yeah. Okay. Send me the information.
I will send you.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Always thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting Eva. Please contact her. Again, the website is right here. Lee, contact her. And everyone, if you're interested in doing the program, once again, Priscilla, can you just put it right there so you can see the link again? For the free seminar, the free info session, we'll say,
Yep.
is on March 8th. So
Yes.
if you're interested, or here's the thing, here's how we help community. If you can't do it, but you know someone that can, pass it along. That's what community is all about. It's about passing it along and saying, hey, this isn't in my wheelhouse, but I know people that are. This is how we grow community.
Oh,
I'm
that's
going
beautiful.
to be all up in your page, Eva.
Oh, thank you, Joy. I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Yeah.
Hands on it. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for another great topic. Hey, Connie. Thanks for hiding in there. Thank you both. Love this session. Thank you.
And
Yes.
by when going to the website, that's where you can find the links to all of the Merry Mystics spirit camps in your part of the world. They're on my website spirit camp page under Oregon and Washington. So when people go to my website, you can find Lisa Swartz and her stuff too, if you haven't found it through her own website yet. All right.
And I have to tell you, here I found it. I have to tell you that I don't have that many people in my area. Everybody else is outside of my area. So, I'm just going to say this to you and just something to think about, I'm telling you here on live, but something to think about. This might be something that you can advertise, use another social platform. Think about putting something out there about on TikTok, a little 30-second video.
Okay.
Just saying. Okay, let me see if there are any. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. You're welcome. Yes, pass it on. So thanks everybody again. From our heart to yours, thank you for being here. Remember, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. Have a beautiful night, everyone. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 on TikTok. Okay. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Eva, hold that thought for a second.
Yep.